Hello guys, so I hope you enjoyed the machinima. So first place we are heading into is Loka. Loka is currently hosting a state visit of the Queen of Mariposa, Julia. And Julia has brought along her brothers Pierus and Sky, but it's also going to be Jonathan's birthday because I've been meaning to age his sim up for a while. The Loka household always takes a long time to load up because it's a really big castle. Oh, so Loki is in her dad's study. That's really, really sweet. So I've recently been moving around everything within the Loka palace. That's the reason why I didn't really focus on Loka in the last one, because I'm still moving things about a bit. It's a lot more organized than it was back last episode, so I will show you my progress. So this section in the original palace, like this whole section, was actually servants' quarters, and because of the extra items it was just making it lag so much. There was also so many levels below this castle. Anything that will make this castle more laggy I just deleted. But yeah, we have the library. Then to the right of the library we have the crypt. This is where Jonathan's mother and father are. Now I do imagine that the Loka royal family goes back even further, but in terms of The Sims, I actually just started it from Anastasia. It's because that's where I have all of my stories and artwork from, so yes, I imagine an even longer line than this, but it's just where I started The Sims off of. So I am going to say, originally the top part of the castle was actually going to be where Loki was going to have her wedding party, because it was the only space that was free. But when platforms were introduced, I tried to put platforms in the top level and it just completely conflicted with the roofs, so I had to reconsider that whole idea. So instead what I decided to do was reconfigure the library down here. So this previously was the library. I'm not going to zoom in too much to it because I don't really want to spoil too much that will happen, but you got a glimpse of it. So I've planned for Loki's wedding to be around episode 20, that sort of time, because we still have quite a few events to actually get through before Loki's wedding actually happens. The machinimas are actually going to take more of a story-based approach towards Loki's wedding. So I think to start off this episode I'm going to have Jonathan's birthday party, so there are going to be a lot of monarchs here. Oh, I like that. Anthony's taking out his frustrations. Okay, let's do a birthday party for Jonathan. Okay, so it is Jonathan's birthday. I'm just waiting for all the other guests to arrive. We have a Katarina of AVIS'S. My mods are bugging out because this is a very weird conversation, and also, okay, I'm kind of scared. I think I should have just gated off this entire upper section because all these party guests are just going to be everywhere. I made mistakes. There's Matt. All of my Sims just seem to love this room in the Loka Palace. Oh, Queen Julia's in here. What's she making? Please say you're making a cake, because if you are, that's great. Okay, I'm gonna have Anthony make a cake because honestly, nobody else is doing it. Why does it take 10,000 years just to do one simple action? Apparently there's no oven. Excuse me, there is ovens. Do I have to move the oven forward just so he can use the oven? Yep. Leave, Camilla, leave. Add birthday candles. Oh, Nickolas came to see his stepdad age up. That's sweet. Where's Loki? I mean, Loki would be here, so... Why isn't Jonathan aging up? Okay, that's a glitch. Jonathan should have aged up. Jonathan? Jonathan? Why aren't you an elder now? Oh god, this Sims is like very buggy. I did not think it would be any more buggy than it already is. Okay, let's try this again, shall we? This Sim refuses to age up. It's like the game just does not want Jonathan to age up. Okay, I just got so frustrated with all the bugs that I actually literally just quit my game and unplugged my camera. My anxiety and my antidepressants does that to me. So we are basically back where I started the game at the beginning of the episode. Let's try this again, shall we? So Jonathan is actually a goofball. So this actually explains a lot. Let's age up Jonathan. Yes! I honestly was about to give up recording this entire episode. So I only decided to remove the face cam because I started to get really, really frustrated with all the bugs and stuff. Okay, so Jonathan has aged up. Jonathan looks incredibly handsome in grey. I did not expect him to look this handsome in grey. I mean, I kind of want to turn his hair back brown, just so there's more of a subtle change of time, but Jonathan looks good in grey. I'm not gonna lie. It's clear I haven't done any of the party outfits. Why are you sad, Camilla? Maybe she's regretful of what she did. Oh, she just gave Loki the stank eye. I know she's sad, but I interpret that as the stank eye. So Alid is in here. He's talking with Sonia and Lucille. I think Anaya came here specifically just to get away from the rest of her family, as well as Arkin as well. They're just tired of all the drama. And as you can see, I have not really dressed many of the monarchs in their party wear. That's something I haven't done. Oops. One thing I love is how close Sonia and her daughter Lucille are. Just, it's so, so sweet. So this little Prince Sky, he is Yulia's little brother. Why are all my Sims just dazed all of the time? This is also something that I've been dealing with the last few days. Just a bug that allows non-scientific Sims just to have breakthroughs constantly. They're not in the scientific career at all. I should have just gated off the entire stairs. If any of you have ever seen any of my gouache and watercolour paintings, you'll know how much of an affinity I have for sunsets. Even in my Sims screenshots, just sunsets are plastered everywhere in them. Oh my god, Camilla is going to talk with Nickolas. Oh, Nickolas does not look happy to see his mother. He's like, what are you doing here? Oh, Elijah's feeling flirty. He's going to talk to his betrothed and also his future father-in-law. Well, he was, until the Sims just decided to kick in with autonomy. Gotta love that. Oh my god, you've got the semicircle of French toast right here. Elijah is just being so domestic. I love that for him. Even though he's gonna become like the prince consort, he just wants to do everything for himself. Also, Penelope is getting married in this episode. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do certain events today. You gotta love like some of these random conversations. Anthony just asked Alid whether he looks good in his outfit, and Alid was just like, nope. Well, Alid, you can talk, because if you've looked at their outfits, but look at Alid. The word hypocrite comes to mind. Not everybody shows up to the party. I don't know what this creepy pancake eating fest is right here. Yulia and her brothers are vacationing in Loka. Now that we can do that, it is a little bit buggy here and there because obviously this is like the first time that I've been able to do this in my game. I'm going to invite the kids club round, which means Isla. So during the machinima, Skipper met Isla. Sky actually goes by the name Skipper in his family. Pierus laid eyes on Lady Dana, and Sky met Isla. Even though they met as toddlers and they got on really well as toddlers, I think Isla was just so young at that time that she doesn't actually quite remember Sky. She knows that there was this other child that she'd met, but she didn't really realise it was him, if that makes sense. I hope it's making sense. Okay, here is a bug that I've noticed. It says that Sky has a romantic relationship with Jonathan. That's not how this game works. What the hell? So while I was filming the machinima, they actually gained some sentiments towards each other, which is so, so sweet. Sky and Isla both have the deeply connected, so they are both best friends. And Sky is closer from happy memories. He remembers Isla from when he was a toddler because he's slightly older than Isla, whereas Isla doesn't remember, so I actually feel like that fits my narrative quite well. And we have a first crush relationship. There's beds all over the place. You don't need to nap on one of these things. Something I will say, about the autonomy in this game is that I cannot turn my back on the Dune royal family for 5 seconds, because as soon as I turned my back on them while I was editing some of their palace, like the Pharaoh Arkin actually cheated on his wife. So to get rid of the sentiment, I had to renew their vows. I cannot turn my back on the Dune royal family for 5 seconds because they are just full of drama. In my writings and my artwork, I haven't really fleshed out the Dune royal family, so having them being fleshed out in The Sims is actually quite funny. I actually really like that. She just asked him for reassurance, and he said, yes, I do. That's sweet. So during the machinima, Pierus laid eyes on Lady Dana and he developed a bit of a crush on her. That's why there is actually a little bit of romantic attraction down here. But she is currently a young adult and he is 18. So the attraction is definitely on his end more than Dana's, but you never know. Once he grows up into a young adult, I think maybe he might shoot his shot, because at the moment he can't because of the whole divide between the two. I think I can do it with MC Command Center, it's just I haven't really explored that too much. Okay, so I managed to fix the whole Jonathan and Sky thing, but the only way I could do that was have him forget Jonathan completely. Oh, that's so cute! There's butterflies! It's like the Mariposa royal family attract the butterflies. So Isla and Skipper are talking. So Isla is currently feeling a close connection to someone nearby, and that is actually Sky. Oh, she's got a sentiment about Sky, like another one. Oh, she's got the adoring. They've literally only been talking for a few minutes. Personally, I'm glad that Nickolas is up here, because if he saw his little girl, like right now, he'd be like, no boys, no boys. Because Nickolas and Isla, they are super, super close. So basically, anybody who vies for Isla's hand literally has to go through her dad first. She is a daddy's girl through and through. I definitely think that some of them are going to age up, especially in the Ekrell household, because the Ekrell household has 12 kids in total. Obviously, some of them are different ages, but a lot of them are kids currently. So I think what I'm going to do is age up one of them into a teen at least, and have one of the teens age up into a young adult. So I think I'm going to have Octavia age up into a young adult and Zayla age up into 18. This episode just feels incredibly all over the place and incredibly chaotic. Like my mindset. This last month, the UK is in a national lockdown again. So I'm going to be honest, my mental health is not the best. When editing this, I'm going to try and make it as simple to understand. It's definitely going to be one of those filler episodes that bridges the gap. I also plan to introduce during this episode, because the new pack came out very recently. It's also the reason why my game is so buggy, but I have Snowy Escape and I finally had a place to put my Ice Kingdom. You have no idea how many times I've been moving around my Ice Kingdom because I could not decide where to put it up until this point. Now I have a place to put it. So I think next we should do the birthday party of one of these kids. I think Zayla is going to be aging up. I just spent a good 20 minutes editing this castle because nobody could get into it because of the terrain. There's also going to be a wedding in this episode as well. Hawk and Penelope. I definitely think I'm going to be doing some story posts on Hawk and Penelope because I haven't really fleshed out their relationship of how it is, but they are engaged. There's a lot of little things happening in this episode. Okay, this must be from one of my mods. Maybe even the royalty mod. I've never seen that one before. A coronation? Sorry, I'm just looking at all these different things. I think we need to age up Bryn and Melusine as well. Like, those two I think need to age up into a teen. So there are going to be quite a lot of teens. I did not think this through, did I? I don't really think many royal guests will come to this, mainly because I imagine this kingdom underwater, so that's why they don't really get many guests. Okay, so it is party time. I really love Azuki in this outfit. I think he's really, really cute. Put your clay back in your inventory. Put it back. For some reason, the clay and the future cubes have made their dreaded return. Okay, there is literally just gnomes in this room. Why is that a thing? I've never noticed that before. Okay, Octavia, put the cake down so I can actually put birthday candles on it. 3 other cakes, sorry, on this table. We'll just add birthday candles to both of these cakes then. We can do 2 at the same time. This is perfect. Okay, so we can blow out the candles for Melazine. Oh my god, look, future cubes in the clay. I just don't want the future cubes and the clay in the inventories. That's all I ask. This was an eco lifestyle glitch. The fact that it's still happening now is an issue. I know I complain about the game being buggy, but you can just see in this series how many like game disturbing bugs I get that just take me out of the immersion. Okay, so we have these 2 aging Child of the Islands, I see that one. So Bryn is perfectionist. He wants to be an artist. So Bryn is a painter and he's also a goofball. So fun fact, Melazine and Bryn were actually twins, so that's kind of why I did them at the same time. Now I'm gonna have Octavia blow out the candles. I'm gonna age up Zayla. Okay, so Octavia is a dance machine, which Flippy is a dance machine. So she got that from her dad, and she is a speed reader. I like that. So now I'm gonna edit them in CAS and then show you what they look like afterwards. So this is Zayla, this one's Bryn, and this is Melazine. Oh, Aquaria being cute with Nami in the background. Of course Aquaria is holding clay. This is the first time I've seen Coraline transform into a mermaid. I really want to do some mermaid screenshots, but like, I'm kind of scared of mermaid screenshots because it's a lot. Okay, so the party is actually over, so I'm gonna end that right here. I wouldn't be surprised if Leora and Flint actually pass away sometime soon. I think Leora will probably go before Flint, by the looks of it. Melazine, what are you doing here? And Flippy, okay. Pyra, put birthday candles on one of these cakes before it's too late. So we're gonna have Pyra age up. There's so many cakes in this house. I think this was made the last time we had a birthday here. Wouldn't be surprised. Oh, goofball, I see that. I see her as being a goofball because her previous trait was silly, so yeah, I think that checks out. I think Pyra is definitely a social butterfly. Oh, that's a really cute hairstyle for her. Oh, that's adorable. I just want Pele to meet Octavia. I don't follow everything like perfectly, but I try and match the main key events, if that makes sense. So where is Octavia? So Octavia's over here. She's doing woodworking. Quite fitting that she's actually by a tank, like a fish tank. It's happening again. So I'm gonna have Pele talk to Octavia. I'm hoping Pele can actually help cheer her up. Octavia has her dad's love of woodworking. They seem to be getting on pretty well though. I don't really see you asking your personality type or about your siblings as romantic interactions. That's why it's coming up with a little heart down there. Octavia is an ISFJ type. ISTP. Okay, so they're pretty similar. They're pretty well matched. And I actually don't really set them personality types with the Slice of Life mod. I just let that do the work and see how things automatically fall with the character that I've already made for The Sims. And it's actually pretty accurate. She's like, I have siblings. Yes, I have 11. The last thing I'm going to do is modify Pyra in CAS, so that way we can actually see what she looks like with CC.
Oh, me for Shyla.
That's not the skin detail you were wearing when you were a child. This is what little Pyra looks like. She looks adorable. I love her so much. So Spiro is actually engaged to marry Crown Princess Neva of Quillo, and Quillo is actually Mount Komorebi, or the top of Mount Komorebi. I think in this episode, because it's just a mishmash of like so many different things going on, I think that's what some of the episodes are just going to be, because there's just a whole lot of everything everywhere, which is my mind. But I'm going to show you Mount Komorebi. I haven't fully dove into this pack yet. I've only really played around with the 2 big lots in this world, and the castle in this neighborhood down here, I'm not going to say too much about that one. There are some clues about it on my Instagram, not very many clues, mind, but there is potential for another royal family. I know, just throw another one into the mix while you're at it, Zoe. As it says in my Instagram bio, too many kingdoms. But this is the kingdom of Quillo. It only has 1 person in it, so it's very easy and very quick to actually explain. That's why I just decided to throw the introduction into this episode as well. So this is arguably Queen Neva of Quillo. She's the only person in this palace. She currently oversees all of Quillo, but she can only attain the title of queen when she actually marries, and she's been contracted to marry Prince Spiro of Cinderash. But Spiro is also the heir to Cinderash, so he is going to have to produce an heir for Quillo and Cinderash. So there is at least going to be 1 heir of Quillo, and to keep the Fire and Ice Kingdoms separate, the heir who is born from Neva is going to have to forfeit all rights to the Cinderash throne. I hope I'm explaining this right, because it's a lot to take in, I know, but I just like exploring the way different dynamics of characters and like the different connections between characters, because I think it's just fascinating. It doesn't really seem too interesting at the moment, especially with the Quillo royal family, because it's literally just Neva at the moment, but I am hoping that things get a little bit more entertaining with the Quillo royal family. But people of Quillo actually already see Neva as queen. It's just that she can't claim to have that title until she's married. But we are waiting on Spiro to become a young adult so he can actually marry and produce an heir with Neva. Because Spiro's second child would be the heir to Cinderash after him in this episode is the marriage of Hawk and Penelope. Now, will this be a happy marriage? That is debatable. You know what I also was gonna do? I was gonna check in on Argus and Iris. I'm considering doing it as a story post instead, because I feel like it would make a little bit more sense and I can add a little bit more context to it, I think. But yeah, another person who is getting on in their years is actually Ekaterina, and that's the reason why Hawk is rushing through with this wedding. Oh, I need Hawk to plan the wedding. Okay, so let's have them get married. I think Hawk would also want to try for a baby as well, like right away, because Hawk's not getting any younger. And as I said in the last episode, Penelope is actually kind of like halfway in age between Sparrow and Hawk, so she's pretty young for Hawk. Okay, let's have him get married. I love Penelope, but like, I'm sorry, your husband is freaking evil. Well, soon to be husband. Oh look, there's Sparrow. His father is not going to be happy he came in late. Okay, Sparrow and his grandmother, Ekaterina, of course. Literally the only 2 who came. Camilla just went upstairs. Everybody literally missed the wedding. There's Alex. Yeah, Alex is sporting a baby bump, people. From the last episode, she actually was pregnant. She's currently in her first trimester. There's going to be some really cute photos with the 2 sisters-in-law, I think. There is Kanara, Queen Emlyn, and there's Vanessa, Isla's mother. At least Sparrow can be happy about the fact that he has like a new mother figure. I know it's not going to replace his mother, but at least he's got somebody he can talk to. I feel like him and Penelope would actually get along quite well. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh my god, don't tell Hawk. Don't tell Hawk. But Holly is here to see Sparrow. Well, at least it says she's here. Whether she is here is like another thing entirely. I think she loves woodworking more than Hawk. Okay, so they are going to be trying for a baby. I'm actually curious whether she will get pregnant or not, or whether it's a Hawk problem, because you know with Henry VIII how he had 6 wives and he also had a lot of wives with miscarriages as well. We don't even know if she's pregnant yet, so let's actually see whether she is. Let's have Penelope take a pregnancy test, see whether she is pregnant or not. Okay, let's see. Come on, Penelope, are you? She's not. Oh, maybe next time. Okay. Hawk and Ekaterina aren't really going to be happy with that because obviously Ekaterina is getting on in her years and she wants to be around for her next grandson to be around. So in here we have Matt, Anaya, Arkan, Nickolas, Elijah, and Sparrow. Over here we have Alexandra. You can tell the ones that I have dressed and the ones that I haven't dressed. Or I haven't like picked a specific outfit for them, like the party outfit. We have little Isla here, then Loki and Vanessa. Oh, I love this little trio. I think that this little trio is really, really cute. Then we have King James, Jonathan and Camilla. Camilla still attends some royal events. She doesn't attend all of them. So I'm gonna have her give Hawk bad news that she is not pregnant. Just like with Henry VIII, Hawk actually thinks that the problem is always the women, not him, because, you know, he's the emperor. That is going to be the end of this episode. I really hope you enjoyed it. I know it's been a bit all over the place. This is going to be quite the job for me to edit, so yeah, I will hopefully see you in the next one. I hope that you could understand all of the things that happened in this episode, but yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!